We've all been there. You want to buy a hatchback, but your options are either too small, too slow, or too cheap. Well, not anymore. Introducing the Set It Bomb. Over 100 horsepower, and plenty of room for all your stuff. The Set It Bomb, the brand new hot hatch from Spain. Get yours today.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Automation. So today we're making something, actually I don't really know what we're gonna end up with. I was scrolling through here and I saw this body style, and well, it's just a bit too awkward for me to pass up. So first question is, what the heck are we making it out of? And I don't know. First off, this is not supposed to be 2012. This is not supposed to be 2012 at all. This body is a 77, I believe, so we'll call this car a 78, I guess. Yeah, that should work. You know, we could do corrosion resistant steel, but wow, that's expensive. I don't like cost, so steel. And then we'll do monocoque. We'll do corrosion resistant steel for the chassis. Ooh, now here's some interesting choices. Do we want a mid-engine station wagon? You know, I think I'll just make it god-awful and do a just front-engine, front-wheel drive. Better yet, let's do a McPherson in the front and a trailing in the back. Wait. Oh, God. We could do a torsion beam in the back if we just, you know, really hate comfort. Yeah, you know, I don't want to enjoy myself, so yeah, we'll go with that. Alright, for the car itself, I think we'll do a V6. Nothing too crazy, nothing too small. A 3-liter V6, you know what, actually? That sounds fine. We'll do direct acting OHC, we'll do cast iron head material, we'll just keep it nice and cheap. We'll just stick with basic everything until it's forcing us to improve it, and in which case, I may or may not improve it. Leave it naturally aspirated. We will do a carb, eco, single, standard, and we'll run it on regular. We'll go ahead and do a short cast single, we'll do a two-way cat, none, and then we'll baffle it. Alright, where are we at? Crisp. Alright, so we're knocking a little bit, which I mean isn't too surprising. Let's go ahead and fix that and then see where we're at. 90 horsepower, you know, that's not too unreasonable. I don't really want to kick this cam profile up too high. I think we'll keep it more reasonable. I have a tendency to kind of let it get way too high, so I think we'll make it a bit more reasonable today. Not much we can do on engine timing. We can take the RPM up a little bit. Pistons and conrods don't love it, but I don't really care. Bring that back up. Let's see, what can we do? We're losing power, but we're making the car a bit more efficient. Okay, we can get it to 79 where it's still happy, and that gets a good balance, I'd say, ish. Big thing is, I like having a decently sensible fuel rating. Now, if we knock the RPM limit up a bit, yeah, we're 85. You know, actually, let's just jump up to a twin carb here. That'll get us a lot more. Okay, look at it. Now we're at 12.6. Car's looking pretty happy. You know, if we venture as low as 11, we can actually get this thing up pretty good. All right, that's 113 at 11. We can actually afford to open up the RPM a little bit. Exhaust, maybe we can squeeze a bit more. Oh, yeah, we can. Yeah. All right, that's not bad. 115. That's... The intakes aren't even complaining that much. You know, I'm actually pretty content with this. Okay, onto the body. Now, which one of these is the absolute worst? One of these has got to be an absolute nightmare of a car. Oh, that can get really long. Ah, wow, it's so beautiful. You know, there's a lot of questions I have about this body. One of which is why? They're all just so beautiful in their own way, you know, like, oh, that one's good. That one's a two-door. Oh, that one's great. Look, that's a hatchback. That's good looking. I don't even know how to describe that one. Tempted to go for this one, actually. Yeah, I'm quite a fan of this. It's just odd. All right, we're gonna go with this. Boy, is it beautiful or what? We'll go for a little bit of a shelf there, I guess. Okay. All right, so for color, not even sure. We could paint it green. I don't know. I mean, it kind of looks like a banana if we do that. Blue? That's an option. Now that's a bad color. Actually, brown. That's pretty bad. Wow, that looks so good. Wow. All right, we'll go with that, and then for the trim, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just gonna go straight plastic. Let's see, in 1978, what kind of headlights do I see? Not these, but I'm gonna give them a shot anyway. Just a bit too 90s, and also really dumb. That could be interesting, actually. Oh wow, that's interesting was the correct term. Sure? I feel like it needs more grill down there, though. Actually, you know what? Back to the paint for a second. I think I preferred it when the bumpers were plastic. Yeah, that definitely looks so much worse. I need this. What other kind of... There's a secondary... Oh, wow, this needs to be plastic. You know what if we just made that a weirdly different color brown, but, like, not... Yeah, that should be like a plastic brown. That's great. Oh, boy. Yeah, maybe this might call for a redesign. You know, that's not too bad. I mean, considering what was here before, this isn't too bad. It's still pretty bad. Okay, hold on. I'm having a terrible idea. Oh god, this is something. Okay, I need this maybe now. Oh wow. You know what? I think it was bad enough at car paint. We'll leave it like that. What is just that? I don't like that. What is going on? Why does it look so gross? Okay, I suppose that's moderately okay. I mean, what I can do actually is... Oh god, I'm overcomplicating this, and it looks gross, and I'm still overcomplicating it. Just gonna go ahead and corner that off right there. Now that is perfect. Wow, it actually looks awful. In a scary way, though, it kind of looks put together at the same time, which I just don't quite understand. Okay, let's put one of these guys on here. That'll really pull together the whole car. What kind of mirrors would go well on this? Something with a lot of plastic, probably. Oh, those look great. And for the back, well, this is gonna leave us with a lot of opportunities, isn't it? Okay, that'll work. It's gonna be plastic, though. Wow, I kind of like how awful this thing's turning out. Should put the badge down here just to keep the nonsense rolling. Okay, license plate. This one of these will probably do pretty well. Let's see if we put it there. Stick these guys over the top a good way. How will this look? Be a little narrower as well. And plastic that. That looks good. Oh, that looks great. Okay, is it bad that kind of works for me? You know, I can get a little something. How's that look? I mean, it's mostly just ridiculous. There we go. That'll be senseless. And then let's put a key right here. We don't need two of them. There we go. Now let's put some letters there. You know, I hate to say it, but it's actually kind of coming together nicely. I feel like there's just a lot of stuff that could be done on this, like just space-wise, but it's just, I don't know what. It's just an awkward car. Like this little bumper area in the back is just weird to work on. There we go. Oh, how beautiful it is. Why does the back look like moderately normal and the front's just god-awful? You know, I'm curious, what if I just put some normal headlights in there? Like, I bet this would look way less stupid. You know what, this is interesting. I don't dislike this, though. Let's see, if we plastic the outside of this, how will this look? You know, I feel like this grill kind of limits how good the car can look. Let's see, if I get rid of that, I feel like it just needs to be toned back a little bit. So that's what I'm trying to do that a little bit. Okay, that's not awful. Let's see, if we put another unit up above, how will that look? Also, less chrome. I could do that. Still very weird. Yeah, you know what it needs? It needs another headlight unit. Let me just look around here for a second. Honestly, I mean, it's not that bad the way it is currently. It's not great, but it's not awful. There, that's not horrible. I think we can get rid of those. Yeah. That is just the worst back area. Moving on. Alright, this is going to be a 4-speed auto. Oh, wow, that's awful. We'll give it medium compound tires. We'll give it magnesium rims. We'll give it alloys, actually. Let's put 2 drums in the front, 1 in the back. It can have a bench seat back there. Sport interior with a basic 8-track. Hydraulic power steering. Standard 70s safety. Standard springs. Twin tube dampers. And where are we? It's not a pony car, but moderately. Okay, so what's going on? Short gearing, brake fade. All right, let's take care of these first. So first off, estimated top speed's about 110. So if I do that, it shouldn't say anything about that anymore. Cool, it doesn't. Okay, so let's see what we can do for wheel spin. Right now it's a 10-second. You know, a little bit of wheel spin isn't too bad. 84%, that's kind of bad. But let's see if we can get it under 10 seconds, 0 to 60. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, let's just shoot for as close as possible. All right, wheels, we can definitely do better here. For starters, the offset needs to max out because, well, frankly, there's a lot of room to play with here. So can we get this thing up to 1? You know, we're actually starting to fall out of the muscle category here. Is that 0.95? That's doable. I would take this down a little further. That looks a bit better. Man, those back tires look way tinier than the front ones. Okay, so we got that. Single piston disc should do it. Bring that up all the way. Alright, apparently we do need a little more brake. Front is still low, so let's bring in a 2-piston. Alright, that looks good. Dampers, it says, are hard. It always says that, though. Let's go with a sport preset. Alright, so that puts it at a 0.94. That's not too bad. I'd say it looks fine, considering the fact that it looks, well, awful. Anyway, yeah, all that looks good. Let's go ahead and actually see the market first. So people would actually buy this thing. That's interesting. Yeah, alright. In that case, I'm going to export this, and I'll meet you over again in Beam. Okay, so here we are in BeamNG, and this map is called Adirondack Pass. I'm probably not pronouncing that right, but that's what it is. So we're just going to go ahead and give the Seat Palma a bit of a test drive around here and see exactly how it handles. I mean, it looks stunning. So it's got a little over 100 horsepower, front wheel drive, V6. Alright, well, it definitely has got some pickup. That was pretty quick. Alright, so it's actually not too slow to launch. You know, it feels pretty grounded so far. Haven't had to do much braking and turning, but in these circumstances, it feels pretty solid. I mean, this back suspension's a joke. But it seems like the uglier I make a car, the better it is to drive. The worse that it should be in theory, the better it is to drive. Alright, let's take this dirt road here. I don't know which way. That way looks like there goes somewhere. That way goes uphill. I don't really care to go uphill right now, so let's go this way. Alright, let's see how it is as a rally car. I mean, it could use a little more horsepower to be a rally car, but... Alright. It does lock up pretty bad. Like, the brakes are kind of shite. Alright, this looks tricky. Let's see, can we manage this? Took a little bit of damage, but you know, it could have been worse. Oh, the grill does not look good after an accident. Wow. That's not nice. Alright, well, since we're now stopped on this hill here, let's see, let's actually go ahead and fix it. Let's see how it can accelerate up this hill. So, not remarkably fast, but not... I mean, it is doing it. That's the big thing. Alright, it's starting to struggle a little. I think that's mostly the transmission, though. Alright, it looks like it should make it. Just gonna need to spend a little more time on that, but... Alright, yeah. And we're up. Let's see, I bet the front lights up like a torch. And it does. It really does. You know, this is a fun little car. It actually is. Of course it is. I mean, well, let's be honest, it would be a complete financial failure if it didn't have some redeeming qualities. You gotta say, it's surprisingly grounded considering it has no assists. I thought that could potentially be a problem. I'm also now seeing an opportunity. I really wish I had put the, yeah, it really locks up. But anyway, I'm kind of wishing that I had stuck the exhaust up in the back of the wheel well now. Like up in that little flat section off to the sides. That would have been a cool place to put them. I could have put an exhaust on either side. That would have been kind of cool. But, alas, I did not. You know, I am actually enjoying this car. I thought that this was just going to be a throwaway piece of garbage that's just designed terribly, but it's actually kind of fun. The only problem is that I mean, we gotta get off the dirt to really see that, because, I mean, it could be losing a lot of its grip just because it's in the dirt. But, it does seem to have really bad brake lockup. Partially, though, I mean, that could just be the fact that it's, doesn't have ABS, and they are just locking right up, and, I mean, that's expected, I guess. I mean, if I pump them, it's fine, so I'm gonna assume that that's just normal. Alright, well, what I'm learning about how it's taking these banked corners is that it would make an excellent NASCAR. Oh god. There was not enough warning for that. That wheel just sheared right off. Jeez. Well, you know what? The funny thing is that the car doesn't even seem all too bothered by it. In fact, the most annoying change is the fact that it just makes a really uncomfortable sound now. The last thing I can really do with it is take it around our track and see how it does. So, probably better with all four wheels. Alright, so far on this course we have had both the Deluxo Bus and the SLFE go. The SLFE getting a 121, Deluxo Bus with a 254. Odds are this will fall somewhere right down the center. I think that this car could actually be capable of a surprisingly solid time, but there's only one way to find out. So let's see how it does in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, okay, so this thing takes off decently quick. Alright, I'm a little concerned about the brakes, as discovered last time, so I'm just gonna take it a little carefully. Maybe pump them a little bit. Okay, that felt pretty slow. Still haven't worked out the best racing line on this course yet, but doing my best here. Alright, down the straight, you should be able to get to almost 70. Not too shabby. Just gotta keep pumping these brakes. Alright, that was nice and clean through that section. This is the final corner. Let's slow it down a little bit. We can speed up once we're in the corner. And onto the final stretch. And time. And how did the Palma do around this course? Well, it completed our test track in 1 minute, 40.45 seconds. Honestly, that's not an awful time. I don't think that's an awful time. I think as far as the non-real sports-focused cars go, that could be a pretty standard time. You know, for a front-wheel drive car like this, it's actually pretty fun. It doesn't feel underpowered. It actually feels pretty reasonable. I mean, it doesn't have all that much top speed, but the power it does have is extremely usable. It's starting to grow on me. Okay, that's the downside. The brakes are not great. If it had ABS, it would be... honestly, I wouldn't have really any complaints with it. It's really just the brakes, which can be fixed if you pump them, so there is that. Anyway, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of the Palma, especially its design. Is it too much? Is it too weird? Or do you kind of like it? I'm kind of leaning toward the kind of like it category. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one.